Hey guys, we're back with the last video of the month, because this is the last Wednesday of the month, you guys. I know, right? It feels like the month just started. At least for me, this month has definitely, like, dang, like ready to go, you know? Literally the end of October, and it's 72 in Michigan right now, and it's like it was literally just frost on the car yesterday, and it's like, man, like, so stay safe out here, okay? As you guys know, for the last video of every month, I like to react to a video from channels that I like, and actually this channel isn't a channel I'm subscribed to. It's not a channel I'm familiar with. It's just an analysis channel, and I just love analysis channel. Like, literally, I don't have to be subscribed to them to watch their videos, especially if it's about a topic I'm interested in. This video is about Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. I was a Cartoon Network girl. I don't know, it was kind of a tie, but I liked Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, but then I also really like Disney Channel too. But it's definitely not equal. Like, I just know Disney Channel and Cartoon Network, like Cartoon Network's right here. But I love all those channels equally. Well, not equally, I just said I don't like them equally. I love them all in general, but Cartoon Network, definitely I spent most of my time, most of my mornings as a child watching Cartoon Network. Adventure Time definitely has a lot of nostalgic value. I'm a nostalgic junkie, you know, so this video definitely piques my interest, and I just I'm very irritated and like just over this whole trend where people are just hating on Princess Bubblegum. I think I even ended up watching this one video this one time, and it was like, why Princess Bubblegum is like the villain or something like that, and I'm like, dude, she's not the villain, bro. You just think that people are watching the show the same way you are, right? And you think that we all just have the same opinion of the show, and obviously, you know, I'm mature enough to not react like a crazy person when someone disagrees with me about something, but it's just like, I do disagree with this person, but I do overall just like this video, and I like just, you know, reminiscing over the memories I have with this show. But no, Princess Bubblegum is not the villain. I do not agree with that. I do not agree that the stuff she was doing to her citizens was evil. I just don't. And you guys might think like, oh, something's wrong. Maybe something's wrong with my morals if I don't think what she was doing was wrong, but I just don't. I just think that what she was doing was necessary. Like, literally, I kid you not, I saw, it's such a trend to just comment about her that I saw this video on TikTok, like another video about Princess Bubblegum, you know, but it was basically disagreeing with her, like with the theory of her being the villain. Like, I'm disagreeing with it, and it was like just showing scenes of her loving her citizens and treating them like babies, because they're babies. They have like very infant mindsets. They blow up when they're scared. Like, even though that might have just been an episode 1 thing, but like, it was this comment basically in the video saying Princess Bubblegum is a mom, and that's who she is. Like, that's the perfect way to describe it. She's a mom, but you know, for her, she's the mom over a whole kingdom. But yeah, sometimes some things she does and like the mistakes she does make is kind of like broadcasted on a more global scale. But like, yes, she does have surveillance over all her kingdom. She's a mom. I see it as baby monitors, because if you guys watched Adventure Time, you know how the candy citizens are. They're not all high intelligence, bro. Like Peppermint Butler, they're like crunchy, you know, that cookie, whatever he was, a crunchy candy, I don't know. Actually, most of the candy in Adventure Time, I don't even know what candies they are. So, but yeah, enough rambling, because this video is already about like 14 minutes, and you know, actually I haven't been caring about my videos being like less than 15 minutes anymore, at least for videos like this, because I just know these are one of those videos where I'm gonna have to keep pausing and talking about why I don't agree with what was said. Just one more thing before we start and get into the video, I do just want to reinstate that Kev D, I do overall enjoy this video. I like this video that you made. I like your point of view on it, and yeah, I just like hearing other people's point of views. I disagree with it, but that's okay. It's nothing too bad. You know, it's just your point of view. And I overall do like this video. I do have it in my favorites playlist. I love analysis channels. You did a good job. So yeah, let's get right into it.
A dictator, a goddess, and a friend. All three of these are definitive layers of what makes Princess Bubblegum the character that
she is. But that makes you wonder,
Who is the real Princess Bubblegum? One of my favorite characters to talk about in Adventure Time is someone you might not expect. Even though I say that Marceline and Simon are my favorite characters, one of the characters that I find the most interesting by far is Princess Bubblegum. The main reason I think she's so compelling is because so many people have different perspectives of her character
She's
based on
ancient.
how they acknowledge her as a character. Do they think of her mostly because of what she's done in the past, how other people view her, or what she's trying to do in the present? There's so many different perspectives you can take to look at Princess Bubblegum's character and her arc, so I think this is really interesting, and I wanted to talk about
She's definitely complex,
because a lot
for
of
sure.
people, as I said in my previous video, would slander the crap out of her. I actually did get some comments talking about how they think that this is justified. So I wanted to make this video on a topic that I personally call the Bonnie problem, because I do think there genuinely is a Bonnie problem. She clearly was a horrible person and has a lot of those horrific tendencies still in the story. That is true. That is the point of her character. But as many other characters in Adventure Time
She's definitely made mistakes.
changes as well. And I wanted to analyze why I think a lot of these things are just interesting to me and compelling. Adventure Time is a series filled with gray-leaning characters that are morally dubious, and honestly, those are the ones who are typically the better ones. Princess Bubblegum is definitely the most gray-leaning character in the entire cast, in my opinion. She could be a ruthless dictator, a goddess figure to so many characters, or your best friend next door. That's just how effortlessly
That is so true.
She can transition from any of these roles, and that's what I think makes her incredibly compelling in a writer's standpoint, while also being actually rich and fulfilling as a character to
Yes,
explore as
amen.
well. Because the way we find out about her storyline is very non-linear. That makes the journey of learning more about her inherently more satisfying. In my opinion, Princess Bubblegum doesn't really start as a character when it comes to the start of the story. Just like many characters in Adventure Time, obviously, she evolves many, many times over. This is obviously because we view the Adventure Time world through the viewpoint of Finn.
Right.
As he ages, he realizes more about the world, and especially with PB, we know Finn was
She used to be so innocent to
obsessed
us.
with her, with all those cringy, very uncomfortable scenes of him being in love with her. But as he's matured, we've realized that he's been able to sort of compartmentalize all these different aspects of her into different sections, and mostly accepts her as the friend that he cares about. And upon an introduction,
I do think that it is so true, sorry to pause the video, but I do think it's so true how he said, we definitely saw the show and it progressed through Finn's progression in character and through his aging and maturing and all that and getting older. And it's because when I was a child, I used to be so confused by Adventure Time. How come it started off so innocent, so funny, this was just a comedy, that's all it was just a silly cartoon, and that's what made me fall in love with it initially, right? So then when I saw the Lich just come in and literally drop a nuke on us and ruin my innocence, I was like, why did they change the show like that? Now I'm having nightmares about a freaking Grim Reaper looking, wearing the corpses of my favorite character. I'm just, it was definitely something as a child, I used to think that those mature aspects of Adventure Time just popped up out of nowhere one day and they just decided to change the plot. To me as a child, it basically looked like they just invited new writers on the show and just totally changed it, but that's not what was happening. We were just maturing with Finn, and these aspects of the show always existed. Even with the theme song in the beginning, you see the remnants of the bomb and of the mushroom war and all that, but you don't notice little Easter eggs like that as a kid. You just, at least to me, because Cartoon Network, it used to get so many random cartoons that didn't always stick, and it was just you didn't know what Adventure Time was going to be, and so I'm thinking this is just some silly Cartoon Network show, but this show definitely started a new genre of cartoons and maturity and story writing for cartoons in general. We definitely grew with Finn, man. For real.
An introduction, a lot of these characters seem as though they'd be very surface level. However, this isn't really the case at all in her first episode. Immediately, her expectations are subverted with her being incredibly intelligent, smart, and dubious when it comes to actually giving her true motivations to her subject. And I think that sort of grayness from the base is what allowed her to become even more compelling as the show developed her character further and further. Now that the show has been finished for quite a long period of time, a lot of people have come to either one of these two conclusions. Firstly, that Bonnie is sort of meant to represent the idea of isolation, overly devoting yourself to a specific thing versus actually communicating with other people. Or secondly, the more literal approach that the show is taking, that she is actually like a dictator-esque figure who is focused on power and control instead of actually doing things other people's way. But before we get into that, I wanted to do a rapid fire thing.
Dude, like even when the show, when it like represented the whole like some Candy citizens' point of view of Princess Bubblegum being a dictator, I never took that literally. Actually, when I saw that episode, like as a child, I was just like, okay, that's the ignorant. I just thought that the, you know, Candy citizens, anytime they have a theory about her, I don't think of them as very intelligent, basically. And it's like, I just thought that was their ignorant point of view of her, seeing her as a dictator, because that's, I mean, it's justified because she's your ruler. But I thought of it as rumors. And yes, she did turn her family into candy people, but we know why. And I think that's very justified that she did that. But I don't know if she did originally create them, and her mistakes are living. I don't know. That is, it gets a little gray. Like you said, she's a great character, man.
Entire thing of all the reasons people hate PB and think
here we go.
Trash and terrible and a bad person. So let's start with that real quick. Firstly, did Princess Bubblegum lead Finn on? No, he just interpreted that the whole time. He was literally 12.
Literally.
Why did she lead him on when she was 12? Oh my god, it's almost like she was 12. Crazy. Secondly, did Princess Bubblegum actually hate Marceline back in the past? No, she was very self-centered and didn't care about Marceline's feelings. Yes, but guess what? That was also a flashback hundreds of years in the past. They're actually pretty close now. That's the whole point of them coming back together in the finale.
She's a mom.
Very self-centered and not caring about other people's emotions. Yes, that's the whole point of her character, and that's why she tries to improve as the series continues, even going to the extent of disabling her spy cameras and actually enabling these people to have
very immature. Turn off all your baby monitors.
Flame Princess and becoming his own person is a very focused thing in the show. It not only gives us a vehicle to see Flame Princess,
not to mention, I do also think it's a not evil quality of her to have her citizens vote for a ruler. Remember that whole thing when they wanted a king and she was like, okay, he won the vote, so I'm gonna let you guys choose and have who you wanted. And she literally left the Candy Kingdom and he was the king of Ooh for like a minute. And I hated that whole thing because I'm like, they need her, right? And eventually they did figure out that they needed her because she's mama, you know? That's also a part of her like, kind of maturing in that way towards the end of the show and letting her citizens kind of think for themselves and learn lessons on their own and not coddle them, you know? Turn off the cameras. Overall, PB is a great complex character, and I think that Kev would agree with me on that. Like, she's not the villain, she's just someone who is complex, and she in the past she might have done a lot of things that could have been perceived as villainous or like dictatory, but like she's really, like he said, she's always trying to improve and be better and learn. And unfortunately, the mistakes she makes is always it's worse because they're like living conscious beings. Like she makes, like he said, like her life is like she's playing The Sims, and it's like, but it's kind of has like the stakes are real, like it's physical manifested Sims, and a lot of stuff you would do in that game you just wouldn't do in real life because, you know, it would be controversial. But PB said no, I'm gonna do it. So, but yeah, no, I love her and I love her character. I just love characters who aren't simple. They're not easy to, you know, define, and it just makes me grateful that I grew up on a show like this, a show that was for children, but you know, even adults could still talk about to this day and still have new point of views. Sorry if you hear me kind of wheezy right now, man. Still recovering, man. This weather is really just 70, 40, 50, you know, like God. Yeah, but it's so funny because someone who recently commented on my video had an Adventure Time profile picture, and I haven't forgot about you. I will be reacting to some more Laufey songs just for you, but you know, you guys know it's gonna be a new month soon, and I'm so excited because November is gonna land on a Wednesday, the first day in November, so I can literally play It's the First of the Month, you know, the song It's the First of the Month. I gotta get my Gabby video out the way for the first of the month, and then I'm gonna react definitely react to that song that you suggest me to react to. And yeah, so unfortunately I do have to say it's probably going to be about 2 weeks until I get that video out, but it's okay, it flies by, at least for me. But yeah, I definitely agree with what he said, and I like this video. I decided to react to his most importantly because it wasn't just one of those videos where it gave you a point of view of Princess Bubblegum of her being a villain. It was like, hey, he was looking at it from an unbiased point of view, like, hey, she's not a villain, she's not evil, but these are the reasons why people think she's evil. My point of view of Princess Bubblegum will be in the title. She's not the hero you want, but she's the hero you need. I'd rather be under Princess Bubblegum than anybody else. Okay? And she's, in my opinion, just the best ruler in terms of Adventure Time's, you know, rulership. She's definitely the best, and definitely the most healthy compared to a lot. So yeah, but that's just me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely liked doing what I did today, you know, just pausing the video, interrupting, having some thoughts. I think as a reactor, that's what you should do. You should have, you know, interjections. You shouldn't just be sitting there the whole time like, you know, just staring at the screen. That's weird. You should have something to say about it. I'm definitely having more and more fun just having, you know, being brave to have something to say about big topics like this, you know, and this is about a show I like. And, you know, in the past, I would have been afraid to say my opinion and, you know, have people comment on it. But hey, I got my little bit of hate. I got my little taste of it. And I'm like, hey, it's okay. I can taste a little more of that. You know, if somebody disagrees with what I said in this video, I'll be okay with it because I believe in what I said, you know? Like, no, I don't like Jake Paul's song. No, I don't think PB is a villain. I think she's a boss mom. Like, for real. But anyway, enough rambling. This video is definitely longer than 15 minutes. I just know it is, and I don't care. I love this channel. Thank you guys for 2 new subscribers. We're at 52. I just know we're gonna keep growing, even though, you know, we may be stagnant for a little while. I always know you guys are gonna keep subscribing, and I'm glad you guys enjoy my channel and enjoy my Laufey video reaction. See you guys next Wednesday. Love you guys. That's goodbye to October. I'll see you in November.